What is going on, everybody? Welcome here today to the non-bubble rebuild challenge here on NBA 2K20. So basically what we are going to do is go through a fantasy draft and select players from teams that aren't in the Orlando bubble. It's that simple. But if you're unsure of teams we can use or players from those teams, we got Hornets, Bulls, Knicks, Pistons, Hawks, Cavs, T-Wolves, and Warriors. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I did choose the Hornets as my team, and we have the 17th pick in the draft, which isn't bad. Let's see some players that I would have liked to have select or picked that already went. So Karl-Anthony Towns would have been a very nice pick. Trae Young also would have been a very nice selection. Steph Curry would have, I guess, been the perfect guy, and that's about it. So just 3 players that we could have taken that went. So I don't know who's the next best on the board here. I guess it would technically be Clay, John Collins, Clint Capella. Damn, there's not a lot of good options. And I would love to draft like Zion or Kristaps Porzingis, but obviously we can't. But you know what I think I'm going to do? Just because I think he ends up in 2K a little bit better than Klay Thompson, I'm going to take, where is he at? D'Angelo Russell. Yeah, I'm going to take D'Lo here with the 17th pick. And we are going to take the 2 players that I probably think are the more overrated players in the NBA that are similar in play styles. I'm going to take Zach LaVine to join D'Lo. So we have a great scoring backcourt, but not so great of a defensive backcourt. Next up, we are going to take RJ Barrett just because he usually has good trade value. Our next selection will be Darius Garland. Going to take Kevin Porter Jr. with our next pick. We have no big man so far. We're going to take Sekou Doumbouya here in the 6th round. Going to take Kevin Knox in the 7th round. Cody Zeller in the 8th round. Frank Ntilikina in the 9th round. We need a center kind of desperately, so I am going to end up taking, I guess I'll be taking Taj Gibson here. We're going to be bad, but what I'm going to do is we're not going to be able to have to draft rookies because they're not, I guess they're technically not in the bubble. So maybe I can draft rookies, but I'm going to try to do it with just those 8 teams that I mentioned. Okay, so here is the team we have at point guard: D'Angelo Russell, Darius Garland, Frank Ntilikina, and Ryan Arcidiacono, obviously from the Bulls. So we have 4 point guards. At shooting guard, we have Zach LaVine and RJ Barrett. Small forward, Kevin Porter Jr. and Kevin Knox. Sekou Doumbouya and Kenny Wooden as our power forwards, and our centers are Cody Zeller, Taj Gibson, John Henson, and Cristiano Felicio. We're probably going to be pretty bad this year. Now, I don't know if I want to send anyone specifically to the G League. Like, actually, I would send Garland and Porter Jr., but in order to send Porter Jr., I'm going to have to sign Dwayne Dedmon. So we pick him up, and now will I be able to sign or send KPJ, and we can. So yeah, I guess this is going to be the rotation. We'll run something like this. We're going to be pretty bad this year. Actually, instead of like Felicio and Dedmon playing, I'll give minutes to like Ntilikina and Knox. So yeah, this will be the 9-man rotation. We're going to be bad this year. I haven't really decided yet if I want to like be able to draft players because I guess those players are technically not in the bubble. But I think it would be a challenge just trying to win it with these 8 teams because I don't know who else we could trade for that's really good. Like, obviously, we're going to have to go after Andre Drummond for the center position because getting Cat is going to be hard, or like a Trae Young. But Klay Thompson is possible, or like getting a Steph might be really hard. But I'll see you guys at the end of the 2020 season, and we'll see where we're at. So we end the season with a 26-56 record. Yeah, as expected. Luka is your MVP. Ja Morant, Rookie of the Year. You can see what teams they're on as well. Jabari Parker, 6th Man of the Year in Orlando. Okay. Kawhi Leonard, Defensive Player of the Year. Terry Rozier, Most Improved. He was really good in Orlando. What are they doing in Orlando? And Brett Brown is your Coach of the Year. We obviously did not make the playoffs, so we could check out kind of just the stats of this team. Russell and LaVine led the team in scoring, as expected. There's RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, Cody Zeller, John Henson, Taj Gibson, and Sekou Doumbouya. What is Garland's overall? He's up to a 79. Sweet. And Porter Jr. is up to an 80. All right. So let's see which 2 teams go to the NBA Finals so we can check out like who's on their roster. So the Sixers sweep the Grizzlies. Steph Curry is your Finals MVP. I would have loved to have him. The Grizzlies had Vucevic, KD, D Rose, Lamb, Favors, Dylan Brooks, okay, and Robert Covington. The 76ers had Matisse Thybulle, Malik Beasley, yep, Andre Drummond, I'm going to be trying to go after him, Gallo, Zach Randolph, and mainly Steph Curry. So draft lottery, we're going to probably have the number 1 odds, but, oh no, we actually have the number 2 odds. There was a team worse than us. Interesting. So what do we end up with? We end up with 5. All right. Go figure. So we have the 5th pick in the draft. I think I'm going to try to win it with just these 8 teams. I feel like that is a challenge. What was the Warriors' record? Because how did they end up worse than us? 24-58. They had Trae Young, Oladipo, Randall, Hayes. I guess I could see why. So I'm going to fire my trainer. I'm going to fire Jay Triano, and I'm going to fire James Borrego. If we could pick up like Michael Stoff, so much money though. Let me first get my trainer out of the way, Randy Martin. Let me get my assistant coach in Trent Peterson, and then let me get my CFO in Kevin Nicholson. Now, what head coach should we go after? We could go after Underwood. Yeah, and then I'll just change his preferences. All right, so we pick up Jacob Underwood. Let's go here to the NBA draft, where I'm going to look to trade my pick. Fortunately, Andre Drummond isn't under contract, so I won't be able to do that. But, like, Cody Zeller, Cristiano Felicio in the 5th pick. All right, I actually found a solid trade that I'm going to probably end up doing, and it's for Colin Sexton. I don't need Kelly Oubre in this trade, so I wonder... it's to make the contracts work out, so... Can we just do the 5th pick for Sexton? Okay, so we ended up doing that. I would like to maybe use a salary dump here, because Andre Drummond should be a free agent, I think. So if we move Colin Sexton and Felicio, like, I'm sure a team will just give me a 1st-round pick for... Yeah, Chris Clemens is currently in the bubble, so... I mean, Golden State, would you give me your 1st-round pick next year for these two guys? They would want to swap. What about if we did your pick next year, a 2nd, and I would throw in... I mean, who else would I really throw in? I don't... I'll throw in Ryan, and I'll throw in Frank Ntilikina. Would that get this done? Bang. Okay. I meant to say bang, but it kind of came out wrong. All right, so this is the money we have tied up going into free agency. I'm cool with that. If you're curious, here's how the top 5 went of the draft, and I'll show you the top 10 as well. We obviously have no rookies, so don't need to do anything there. We're not going to bring back Taj Gibson, but, oh, he opts in. Damn it. I guess we're going to try to go after him next year. That's a shame. I really wanted Andre Drummond, but it is what it is. So, honestly, the best guy we can go after, nobody here. Who's the first guy we could even attempt to sign? I guess Cousins, but no, I'm going to classify him as a Laker. I mean, I guess I could. No, I'm going to stick into those 8 teams, and he's not on one of those 8 teams. So, I guess Tristan Thompson. So, I'm going to give him a 2-year deal. Wow, we actually only have... We have a lot less money than I thought. And I'm going to sign Christian Wood to a 3-year deal as well. And then we could clear up cap space next year if we wanted to. All right, sweet. So we signed Wood and we signed Thompson. Front court is definitely a lot better. And we're going to go after Drummond next year. I can maybe trade Thompson for Drummond, honestly. Yeah, so I'm not going to trade for Drummond at the moment. So here's player progression. D'Lo and Levine at the top of the team. We have a lot of Cavs. We have Sexton, Garland, Porter Jr., and Tristan Thompson. I'm looking to get Andre Drummond. This is basically a Cavs rebuild. So we will have 3 training camps. So I'm going to send... Darius Garland on top potential. I'm going to do the same with RJ Barrett. And then I'm going to... Oh, he was already at A+. Okay. I'm going to do the same with Kevin Porter Jr. I'm going to send Sekou Doumbouya to the G League this year. So here's going to be the rotation. Russell, Levine, Porter Jr., Christian Wood, and Tristan Thompson's the starting 5 with a bench of Darius Garland, Barrett, Sexton, and Kevin Knox. System proficiency is 2.5 stars. We can go to... We'll go to balance, and I don't really care if we're bad again this year. I'll take another high draft pick, but I'll see you guys at the end of the 2021 season, and let's hope things are a little bit brighter. All right, so we are better here in 2021 as we go 35-47. AD is your MVP for the Clippers. That's pretty funny. LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year for the Bucks. Rubio, 6th Man of the Year for the Pels. AD, Defensive Player of the Year. Kristaps, Most Improved for the Lakers, and Lloyd Pierce of the Hawks is your Coach of the Year. Another year, though, we did not make the playoffs, which is fine, We're going to have another high draft pick, and wait, did the Warriors make the playoffs? They did not. I believe we do have the Warriors 1st-round pick, which is pretty sweet. So if we take a look at the stats, there's Russell and Levine at the top with Sexton, Barrett, and Porter Jr. We kind of have to find, I guess, some like parity or just like a more well-rounded roster, just because like we have like all scorers. Like that's basically what we have. So we're gonna have to figure out how to improve this team in the offseason. I also don't know why Royce O'Neal got a minute a game. I guess that technically breaks the challenge, but oh well. You obviously know that I didn't mean to do that. I guess the game did that. The Magic win it all. Zion is your finals MVP. They beat the Grizzlies in 6. The Grizzlies lose 2 years in a row. That is rough. The Magic had Zion, Terry Rozier, DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright? Yeah. Mikal Bridges or Miles Bridges? Miles Bridges. Wow. Okay. That team won it all. Interesting. So, draft lottery. Are we going to get lucky here? We are going to have, let's see what picks going into here. 3 via Golden State. That's very nice. And 6. Can we get lucky? Can we get lucky? No. Of course not. We dropped to 6 and... I'm the most unluckiest person in 2K. We have literally 3 and 6 going to the lottery. And then 3 drops to 6. 6 drops to 8. God, they hate me so much. I mean, could we actually trade for Curry? I'm gonna see, because sometimes like you are able to trade for Curry. Like I've done it before. So if I went up Curry, D'Lo, and these 2 picks, can we do it? No, really? Like you always let me trade for Curry, and now all of a sudden you don't want to. Damn, that sucks. What about for Karl Anthony Towns, D'Lo, and all these picks? I will give you 4 first-round picks for him. No, okay, that's a shame. So. The next best player, I guess, is technically... I'm not going to get Trae Young. I think he's not even under contract at this current moment. I guess the next best player in 2K is either Klay Thompson or Andre Drummond, like looking at these rosters. Which kind of sucks, yeah. So, I want to trade, like... Can I trade Zach LaVine in these 2 picks? Okay. LaMelo Ball and Siakam. Like, I would love to do that, but I'm just not gonna. What about Tristan Thompson in these 2 picks? Chris Middleton. Oh, my God. Chris Stops. I would love that. I would love that, but unfortunately, we can't do that. We just can't. Oh, and Andre Drummond got a new extension. Okay, sweet. So, can I just trade 6 and 8 for Andre Drummond? And I'll give you 37 as well. It's a pretty nice offer. They agree to that. Okay, so that's the guy we end up with. Maybe I should have tried to trade it for Clay. Maybe I'm going to trade Zach LaVine for Clay. Actually, yeah, so we could do D'Lo for Clay, which isn't the end of the world because we do have Garland and Sexton that I guess could be point guard. I wonder if we could do maybe Zach LaVine. Like, if we just offered this straight up 13 mil more. I mean, I would throw in Tristan Thompson, I guess. I don't know, though. We'll see what's going on here. We'll advance here to team player options. We're going to pick up the options on everybody. Yes, I'm picking it up on RJ Barrett. I don't know why he wants me to decline that. There probably wasn't going to be any big free agents that we could even sign anywhere. The best free agent we could have signed was John Collins, but he's restricted. The next best would have been Derrick Rose. Yeah, not a lot of good options. Do we, who do we have that's a free agent? No one. All right. Who do we have that we could sign? We don't really have an exception here. So let me go out and sign Isaac Okoro's here. What? Wow, and I have to... I guess I'll sign Tyler... Well, he signed with the Nets, though, right? I guess I'll sign James Johnson and give him as much as possible so I could throw him in a trade. Okay, so we'll sign James Johnson. He's our big free agent here just because he's not playing in the bubble. I believe he's on Minnesota right at the moment. So I want to trade for Clay because he could be actually a pretty good small forward. I would like to not give up D'Lo if I could. So they want D'Lo and Sekou, or I could do Drummond. No, I'm not doing this. Okay. What about if we did Zach LaVine? We did James Johnson. How close does that get us? And I would throw in Kevin Knox or Sekou. Who's ever making more? I guess Kevin Knox. We're still 300K off. You're kidding me. Let me just sign someone. Okay, so we're going to do James Johnson. We do Kevin Knox. And I signed Matthew Dellavedova. So will they accept this trade? No. I will throw in a future first. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move Clay to the small forward position. He stays at a 90. So right now, actually, the team's pretty good. We have Russell and Garland, Sexton and Barrett, Thompson and Porter Jr., Wood and Dumboya, and then Drummond and Thompson. That's a pretty good starting 5. Now, I'm wondering if I could trade Thompson and Dumboya to get, like, a better backup big. But really looking at the teams, there's not a lot of good options. I guess if I can get, like, Wendell Carter Jr., and it's looking like the Bulls will be able to afford this. So we're going to do Dumboya and Tristan Thompson for Wendell Carter Jr., and they agree to that. So this is going to be our new 9-man rotation. Russell and Garland, Sexton and Barrett, Thompson and Porter Jr., Christian Wood, and then Drummond and Wendell Carter Jr. So here's player progression. Clay didn't regress at all, which is good to see. I guess I could have gotten Clint Capella as a backup center as well, but it is what it is. So I'm going to send, let's see here. We're going to send D'Angelo Russell to perimeter defense. We're going to send Colin Sexton to untapped potential. And we're going to send Christian Wood to perimeter shooting. All right, guys, so here's the rotation. D'Lo, Sexton, Thompson, Wood, Drummond with a bench of Barrett, Garland, Carter Jr., and Porter Jr. What I'm actually going to do here is swap Sexton and Barrett. We'll do 29 apiece, and we'll have Sexton land off the bench. System proficiency is 3.5 star. I have to change Underwood's preference, and then our preseason power ranking, Coinbase.com, is 3rd. Okay. Could we somehow win the finals this year? There we go. We have our first really good season of the video. We go 57-25. Ben Simmons of the Raptors is your MVP. Evan Mobley, Rookie of the Year for the Celtics. Jalen Green, 6th Man of the Year for the Miami Heat. He won that as a rookie. That's kind of crazy. AD Defensive Player of the Year once again. Obi Toppin, Most Improved. And Nick Nurse is your Coach of the Year. They tied with us, so I guess we're the 2 seed. Yeah, so we're the 2 seed taking on the reigning NBA champion, Orlando Magic. Okay, champions Orlando Magic. So Terry Rozier, Killian Hayes in the backcourt. Killian Hayes was pretty good this season. Miles Bridges, Zion, and Clint Capella. That's the front court we kind of have to worry about. Their bench isn't anything crazy. Our bench is definitely better. Player stats, D'Lo was our winning scorer, followed by Barrett, Sexton, and then Klay Thompson. Hopefully he's just playing really good defense. He's shooting 50, 44, 84. There's Drummond, Garland, Porter Jr., Wood, and then Carter Jr. Okay. I actually do want to mess with Carter Jr.'s tendencies here. Before we get into this, because his tendencies, he should not have a 61 spot up 3. Like, that just makes no sense. Him, Jackson Hayes, there's just a couple centers in this game that don't shoot 3s in real life, so I don't know why they have like all these shot tendencies from 3, because I don't want him taking any 3s, like maybe 1 or 2 a season, but unless he's like actually developing a shot, no way. All right, so let's see how game 1 goes. Let's just simulate it real quick, and let's see what we're going up against, and we win. Okay, we end up winning by 13 points. Sexton drops 22, Porter Jr. 21 in 17 minutes. Drummond 25 rebounds. Okay. I feel like if we go up 2-0, then I'll simulate the current round. Just the one thing I don't like about PCs, it's too quick in the playoffs. So if I press simulate round, it's like over in a second. Barrett was really good here in Drummond, but we lost by 4. Okay, don't go down 2-1. Just come on. Don't make me lose to a 7th seed. Okay, thank you. You know what? Let's just simulate the round, and we end up winning at 5. Beautiful. The playoff stats in those first 5 games, Russell and Sexton, top 2 scorers. Then you got RJ, Thompson, Drummond, Garland, Porter. Okay. We actually have a couple of juniors, and Porter Jr. and Carter Jr. So now we're taking on the Sixers, who got Stephen Oladipo and Jalen Johnson. Oh boy, Gallo, Tice, Stein, Boucher, Noel, Culver, and Matisse. I don't like the Curry-Oladipo backcourt. As we win game 1, though. Oh my god, we won by 50 points. What a fourth quarter. Drummond was 20 and 20. Everyone scored double digits. What? That's actually really cool. I will definitely take that for game 1. Can we win game 2? Probably not. Yeah, go figure. We win by 50, and then Steph Curry drops 50. Okay, can something not happen with 50 points here, and let's just get a comfortable win? Yes, we win. We win by 18. Bear drops 31. 5 for 8 from downtown. That's what I'm talking about, RJ. Game 4, can we go up? Yes, we're up 3-1. And then I'm just going to simulate the current round. And we win in 5. Yes. But now we're taking on the same record Raptors, who have Ben Simmons, the MVP, Dante DiVincenzo, Desmond Bane, Bobby Portis, Montrezl Harrell, Steven Adams. Okay, honestly, this team offensively isn't that good. Like, if we look at team stats and we look at offensive rating, they shouldn't be up like, that's defensive rating. They were, let's see, the Raptors were 5th? Who's, like, scoring all the points on the team? I guess Montrezl Harrell's averaging 20. Whatever, though. Let's see what Game 1 does. Can Charlotte make it to the NBA Finals? No! We lost by 11. I don't like losing Game 1s, especially to a 1 seed. Yes! Huge Game 2. We end up winning by 13. We had a great fourth quarter there. Sexton drops 32. All right. Game 3. We need this. We need this. Let's go! We win by 12. That is a huge win. Oh, my God. Please put me up 3-1. I don't think we're gonna. Yes. We win by 1. Oh, that is clutch. That is clutch. And then game 5. Yes, we're in the finals. We're in the finals. We win by 8. Simmons jumps 39, but it was not enough. We have won every single game in 5 so far. And now we're taking on the 8-seeded Nuggets. The Nuggets got Malcolm Brogdon, CJ McCollum, Javonte Green, Jared Vanderbilt, and they have McCollum, Brogdon, and Cat. That's a nice big 3 in a fantasy draft. Oh, boy. Let's see how game 1 goes. Just pick up the dub. Yes. We won by 20. This is such a well-rounded team, I guess. I guess I fixed that. I don't know why I said I guess, like back-to-back there. But we're up 2-0. Oh, my God. Let's go. Let's go. Can we go up 3-0? Can we go up 3-0? Man, I guess we built such a deep team here. That's what I'm freaking talking about. And we have a chance to sweep the Denver Nuggets, who are an 8 seed in the finals. Let's go. Let's sweep them. Let's sweep them. Give me a close game. I'll take a close game. But now we're up by 10 with 2 minutes left. All right, so yeah, I can't believe we actually won a championship with this team. I'm pretty impressed. Klay Thompson and a power forward, but he's cutting to the rim hard. All right, but like if you're looking at the roster here, it's a pretty deep roster. Like we have Sexton and Barrett, or Garland and Sexton, excuse me, as our 6th and 7th men, and then we have who off the bench? Carter Jr. and then Porter Jr. is our 8th and 9th men. Like that's like some team starters right there. So I'll definitely take that. No way, Cat hits that. Yeah, he misses that. Sexton gets the rebound up to Klay Thompson. Spot up 3 with Klay. Spot up 3 with Klay. Perfect release. Bang. We are up by 15 now. Monte Morris driving, and he's going to get the bucket to go. I believe that was Monte Morris. Or that's Shabazz Napier. I honestly didn't get to see who that was. Let's kick it to D'Lo here. D'Lo pull up. No, I'm just kidding. Hezzy. Kick that to Klay. Alley-oop that to Drummond. Oh, okay, Drummond. Well, why didn't you cut to the rim? Wait, yeah, that is Shabazz Napier. That is not Monte Morris. So, Cat gets that bucket there. All right, let's run a good old floppy with Klay. Yeah, this is going to be for Klay, I believe. Or is it? Yeah, it's going to be for Klay. Klay, you want to come off a screen here, or do I have to be on the circle a little bit more? Oh, well, the play's over. That's just wonderful. Colin Sexton, let's see what you can do. Step back. Oh, Colin Sexton, fade away. Colin. Oh, that would have been nice. So we win the 2022 NBA Finals, and Andre Drummond is your Finals MVP. But yeah, that is going to be for me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This was a super fun challenge, and let me know if you want to see, I guess, a bubble team challenge. That one would, I guess, be a little bit easier since we have more teams to work with. But yeah, drop a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. I'm just glad NBA is back. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.